Alright, let's assume that we have gone through all the steps required for training and deploying a machine learning model in AI Core. So we can assume we have deployed our predictive model for the pipeline corrosion. We can check it from AI Launchpad. We assume that we have deployed the model under the dev resource group. We can select it and then we can have a look under deployments. There is only one deployment running, and from here we can get the deployment URL we can use for consuming the model on demand online. This deployment URL can be used with any client, for example Postman, and it can be used also for the integration within an application. Let's now try to use it, for example, from Postman. The first step is to get an authorization token, so we will use our credentials for AI Core that are taken from the service key generated in the BDP sub-account. We have we have an endpoint for generating the authorization token, so we can send a request and we can get an access token. And now we are ready to test our deployment URL. What we will try to do is to perform a prediction, sending this data in the body of a request call to the exposed API. This is a measurement taken from the test dataset. So here you can see the location ID, but also the values of the different variables we are considering in our use case. For the sake of simplicity, we are not using the real name of the variables, but we are just numbering them. We are specifying in the header of the call that our deployment is under the resource group. And for the authorization, we basically use the token that we have got a few seconds ago. Let's send now the request and let's check the response. The response is the predictive corrosion depth at location 195, and the prediction is around 7 millimeters. We can compare this value with the ground truth in the test dataset. So if we look for that record in our dataset, we can see that the ground truth, so the real measured corrosion depth in that at that point is around 6.5 millimeters, so with a percentage error of around 9%. That is perfectly fine for our prototype.